So are there organizations who do this well?
And the answer is yes, and they tend to be organizations that are sufficiently dependent on Agile talent that they have learned by necessity how to build those relationships. So let me give you some examples. An example would be Apple. As I mentioned before, Apple has taken the position that its full-time permanent employees will be a minority of its total population, and so have welcomed Agile talents from the outside to augment their work in a number of areas, like design, like software, like hardware in some respects. Facebook is another example of an organization that's done an excellent job of welcoming people in either for a period of time on a project basis or on a temporary basis, and have made it very clear to the people working that they are as delighted to have them for a while as they would be to have them on a permanent basis.
So another concept you introduced is a survey. It's Agile Talent EQ. Would you tell us a little bit about the concept and how organizations may benefit from it?
Absolutely. The EQ refers to effectiveness quotient. So it's Agile Talent Effectiveness. It's 28 questions, quite brief, that address the areas of alignment we talked about earlier. Go to the website. I think you'll provide information on the website to your colleagues. And it can very quickly give them an assessment, a sense for where their organization stands around those areas of alignment I mentioned earlier: strategic, performance, relationship, administrative, and give them a way to compare their own scores with those of our overall norm. I think people will find it interesting.
Then tell us, what are the top 3 or 4 factors companies might pay attention to in this regard?
The first, of course, with respect to strategic alignment is the work important? Is it meaningful? Is it connected appropriately to other activities and requirements in the organization? So that as the Agile talent joins the organization, he or she has the experience of doing something that's important. That's important to the Agile talents. If you want to attract Agile talents, give them important, meaningful, difficult work, give them projects to do. Second, performance. Are the metrics clear? Are the measures well defined? How frequently are you sitting down with Agile talents to give them feedback on how well they're performing, how well they're interacting with colleagues, and areas where they could continue to improve? One of the data points from our survey is that organizations tend not to do a very good job of simply giving people feedback as Agile talents. It's something that seems to be more reserved for employees. Third, in the area of relationship alignment, engage them, communicate with them, put them on the mailing list. All of the things that any individual would want if they were part of a team getting a job done. And while the Agile talent is temporary, during the project, they want to feel a part, as anybody would. Administratively, treat them with respect. Make sure that people have the information that they need. Pay them on a reasonable basis, and pay them on a timely basis. All of those are the fundamentals. There's nothing magical here. These are the same things that we know to be true in managing internal employees. And the message of our research is apply those fundamentals to external experts that are brought in as well.
John, I understand you're working with a lot of startups on this. Would you tell us a little bit about the collaboration there?
Absolutely. I'm so excited. When the book was published, we imagined it as a tool for large organizations who wanted to do a better job of creating a positive and productive environment for the work of their Agile talents. And then I started to get calls from the principals or entrepreneurial founders of startups in the field of Agile talent staffing. That is to say, companies like TopTal and 10X Management and Stealth Force, and a variety of IQ workforce and a variety of others that are not in the business of traditional recruiting, but in fact in the business of Agile talent staffing, which is kind of a mix between, on the one hand, recruiting, and on the other hand, a talent agency. It's very exciting, and these people who are doing work all over the world, we hear from Norwegian startups and Estonian startups and German startups. It's very exciting. We think this is building a new category, and I am excited about helping them to build a new category. So, a couple of things that we're doing. We're getting together those of the founders that have energy for this and starting to think about common opportunities and challenges that they face as they build this category. And eventually we hope a coming out party, so to speak, a convention or a large conference of buyers and sellers.
Excellent.
Sometime in 2017, 2018.
How about the HR professionals? Is there a takeaway for them
Yes.
from the book and all of the collaboration work that you're doing?
When I speak to HR professionals, one of my questions consistently is, how much time do you spend getting to know the work that's being done by non-permanent, temporary experts, Agile talents? And in general, the answer for most HR professionals is, I spend almost no time on it. For HR to not spend time on the work of 20 or 30 or 40% of their total workforce is probably not a good idea. And we encourage HR professionals at whatever level to get to know the Agile talent work that's going on in their organization, how well that's structured, how well that's supported, how well that's sponsored, and how well those people are treated, because they are part of HR's job too.